Welcome to the Globe Digger Solo Travel Podcast, episode 4. So today we're going to be talking about Thailand, and I'm going to lay out my 3-week itinerary for a first timer. So yeah, Thailand, it's a country that's very near and dear to my heart. It was that trip in 2020 that changed the way I travel in my life forever. I booked a 3-week trip to Thailand after traditionally I was doing, as your typical resort traveler, expensive weekends in Vegas, trips to Miami. And so I decided to book this trip to Thailand, which was inspired by The Hangover 2, actually. And I took this trip and went all the way through Thailand. So since then, I've actually been back 4 times. So that's 2024. So that averages about once per year. So what we're going to talk about today is my Thailand 3-week itinerary for a first timer, which should be great to do what I did in terms of get your feet wet. And hopefully this is a big help. So for this itinerary, we're going to start in Bangkok, and then we're going to go to Phuket, which brings you to the islands. And then we're going to go to Phi Phi Islands, Krabi, and then we're going to end in Chiang Mai, which many would say, including myself, is the real Thailand. So it's going to really give you a good start and taste. And then, of course, once you go there's so much more. There's places like Koh Chang, there's Koh Samui, there's just so many islands and so many places to explore. There's Pattaya, we're not touching on that this first time, which for certain travelers might be a big thing. So it's really going to get you started. Okay, Bangkok. 3 days in Bangkok for the first time. Remember, we just have 3 weeks, and this is, I think, the perfect amount of time to get a taste of the city. So when you arrive at the airport in Bangkok, you're gonna get into a cab, and it's gonna be about I want to say it's like a 45 minute cab ride into the city, depending on where you're staying, and it's gonna be about $30. So I'd say cabs one way, and then the other thing you can do is you can take a metro. So if you're on more of a budget, want to save some money, and it's just for a couple of bucks, you can get on a metro and head into the city that way. So really, the number one thing that I think everybody wants to make sure they do when you go to Bangkok for the first time is you want to see the Grand Palace, the reclining Buddha, and water room. So this is a really big thing and something that everybody should see. Royalty in Bangkok is huge, and the Grand Palace is where they live. So getting there, you take the SkyTrain, and you're going to get off at Saffron Taksin Station, and it's on the Siloam line. So this is this really easy way to get there, and then from there you're going to take a boat right over to the Grand Palace, and you're going to be like royalty, rolling out the red carpets and right into the Grand Palace. So yeah, so go to the Grand Palace. Make sure that you're wearing pants that day, but if not, no worries. They put on these nice elephant pants. It really is an amazing day. They've got some great temples. There's lots of gold, and some of the statues and structures in there are just incredible. And yeah, this is where the king and queen of Thailand live. So it's a really big deal to locals, and it should be for you too. And then from there, you can it's a short walk. You can walk over to the reclining Buddha. It's basically right there. And this is pretty cool. You've seen the song One Night in Bangkok, where he talks about the reclining Buddha, and it's thing. I don't know how big this is, if it's 30, 40 meters, but it is massive, and it's pure gold, and it's just incredible. And you're also going to see, the temple leading up to the reclining Buddha is pretty amazing, and just watching the locals, how seriously they take this, and the Buddhists, and they're praying, and it's an incredible experience. And the reclining Buddha, it's a great selfie opportunity, and it's just something to see. And then from there, head over to Watarun. It's another short walk and just amazing. It's these cone-shaped temples and these structures everywhere, and it's a pretty amazing thing to see. And it's a great day. So I would say that should be day one. Yeah, that's going to take up most of your day, and then in the evening, head over to Sky Bar on the 63rd floor at my favorite luxury hotel in Bangkok, Labua. So this is where they filmed The Hangover. So you want to get over to Sky Bar, have a hangover teeny, and you're going to look at one of the most epic views of the city, the Chapara River, the Muddy River. It's amazing. It's amazing during the day, but incredible at night as well. Just that skyline at Labua is next level. So, and it's cool. So if you've seen The Hangover 2, and that's what inspired me here. So you go in, when they're going up in that elevator where Chow's, they're singing, they're going up, the staffer comes and meets them at the elevator and walks them on to the rooftop. It's exactly like the movie, only you're probably going to be going there at night or maybe for sunset. And then you're there, and then it's cool because they're really good with the customer service there. And as soon as you get the first thing they're going to do is offer to take your phone and take a picture in front of the famous stairs where the guys from The Hangover 2, the next day, like, oh God, what have I done? So you're going to get that picture in front of those stairs, and then you just go into that center bar. That's where Chow comes down in the helicopter. And yeah, it's just amazing. To me, it's the best rooftop in Bangkok. You can have a hangover teeny that was made for the crew when they were filming the movie. And yeah, and if you want to stay at Labua, you can stay there I stay there usually for like $160. It's like 6-star plus type hotel. And you get this balconies with this beautiful view of the city. And it's incredible. This is a perfect chance as well. So you've been flying for 24 hours, possibly, depending on where you're coming from. You've had a great night out the night before, good day, busy. Go get a massage. They're like $5. There's massage parlors everywhere, and you can get massages, you can get manicures, you can get pedicures, whatever you need. But the massages are like amazing. I would get them every second day, especially if you have some sort of ailment. Thai massage is like something you've never had before. It's different. They like climb up on top of you. They really get in there, and it's just a great way to spend an hour or a couple hours in Thailand. My second night, I would recommend that you people watch at Khao San Road. This street is thousands of people. There's stuff going on. Like it's pure insanity. Bars everywhere, restaurants, there's street food stalls. You can inhale some helium, get a little bit of a high if you want. You just go grab a Chang or a Leo and just walk down Khao San Road and see for yourself. Make sure you have some street food. You can do a little shopping at one of the night markets. You can, I like to just sit there and enjoy the show. And hey, one of my favorite memories there is I've actually had 2 scorpions on Khao San Road. So you can have scorpions, they've got bugs, they've got all sorts of really cool, unique stuff. And Khao San Road, you want to make sure you do that on your first trip. And if you want to step it up, after Khao San Road, and you want to go in and see some of the go-go bars, ping pong shows, this kind of stuff, you can go to there's Pat Pong Night Market, there's Nana Plaza, Soy Cowboy, and just you can go check those out. And hey, even if you don't want to partake, you can go and just watch. No one's going to give you a hard time. A lot of tourists do it, but it's it's pretty cool to see. Spend an afternoon or evening, whatever it is, and go to one of the many iconic markets. They've got the floating markets. They've got Khao San Road, which I talked about. Shattuck Market, which is the weekend market, which is the big one to go to. The floating markets, I think I said that already, actually. And so that's it's definitely put that on your to-do list. You're going to see them everywhere, but it's what Thailand is really famous for, is amazing markets. Great for shopping, great for food as well. Amazing finds when it comes to some great dishes, cheap stuff, high quality food. You get your knockoffs. You can get other items, unique items, clothing, anything that you can think of. It's there. It's a great place to shop. And if you want to get acclimatized to Bangkok, the street food, not just Bangkok, but all of Thailand, I suggest one thing: do a street food tour. I did this e-scooter tour, I remember one time, and she took me to some just incredible spots, and it's a really cool thing to do. They have these tuk-tuk tours. There's different ways you can do it, but going out and doing a street food tour in your first few days in Thailand is not a bad idea. And you're really gonna kind of get a sense of the street food, and you're gonna get comfortable with it. And it's I think that's that if you have time, you can do it. That's a good thing. So this is Bangkok. This is 3 days, pretty jammed, maybe, possibly, depending on how you like to go. But they're just some ideas, things that you can do that can make Bangkok a great 3-day visit. Okay, Phuket, Thailand. So this is actually, Phuket is unique in terms of it's a good mix of tourists and locals. So it's a great way to kind of get your feet wet. You're not deep into Thailand, into some of the there's spots where there's going to be much less. People speak English there generally. They're very tourist friendly, and it's a beautiful island. And it's definitely you definitely want to spend 3 days there for sure, at least. And it's a good little hub too. Once you're in Phuket, you're now in the islands. Take a day and relax at Patong Beach. So this is going to be your first killer beach in Thailand, and it's got nice backdrops, some rock formations, and just a great way to spend a day. You've been going hard, just sit back, chill, have a chang, have a couple beers, talk to your neighbor if you want or don't. Go in there and swim, and you're gonna really feel like you're in Thailand. Go island hopping. You're in Phuket. All these unbelievable islands are a short distance away. You're there. You're in the islands now of Thailand. So you can you could visit James Bond Island. The Man with the Golden Gun was filmed there. Koh Phi Phi Lee, where the movie The Beach was filmed. Maya Bay's not far from there. So there's some other really cool islands. You can actually book these tours, and they'll take you off to 3 or 4 of these. I think even Monkey Beach could be there, depending on, and you might want to look at this, as we do have Phi Phi Islands as our next stop. But, and booking these are, it's pretty easy. There's tour desks all over Phuket. And there's your hotel, hostel, they all have tour desks. And you can go to Get Your Guide as well if you wanted to. But it's there. You're generally gonna, between $50 and $80 probably, you're gonna get a tour. So island hopping. So next, we're gonna take a short 2-hour ferry ride to the Phi Phi Islands, world famous Phi Phi Islands. Now it's a beautiful ferry ride. You go right through like Maya Bay, which is, you know, maybe the most famous rock formation and beach in Thailand. You've seen it all over social media and the movies. So yeah, so you head to the Phi Phi Islands, and this is the real deal. Like, it's surrounded by these unbelievable rock formations. It has two beautiful beaches and some great food. It's a little bit crowded, but and you know, it's one of those places you might only go once because there are a lot of people there. But I suggest that you do it, especially as a first timer. You're still going to be very, very impressed. Walk the island, make your way around, find some cool restaurants, and go check out. There's two beaches. There's one at the front. There's a nice beach at the back that's a little bit less crowded. That's beautiful. And yeah, that's it's a great way to spend a few hours or a day, just get acquainted with where you are, and it's paradise. And if you want some amazing curry, some fish curry, there's a place called the Pirate's House, which is really close to where your ferry is going to come in, where you dock, and it's incredible. So I strongly suggest you check that out. You won't be disappointed, and you're going to find a million other places that are just as good and better. Yeah, make sure you spend a couple hours at Monkey Beach. Now, this has become very, like I said, Phi Phi Islands is a busy place, and Monkey Beach is no different. So what I suggest you do is, okay, Monkey Beach, first of all, when the minute you get off your long tail, it is like, there's like monkeys everywhere. Like, it's crazy. They're all over the place. So all you have to do is you go in, you book a long tail, just walk up to a long tail and say, and you want to head to Monkey Beach. It's a very short long tail boat ride. It's, I don't know, I think it might be $20. It may be $20. So if you have 2, 3, 4 people, it's very cheap. And yeah, you're going to take you over there. I'd go early in the morning, and then there's going to be less people for sure the earlier in the morning you go. And it's hey, if you want that selfie with monkeys and just to see them, maybe you haven't seen monkeys before, well, you're going to be overwhelmed by monkeys when you get to Monkey Beach. There's a reason why they call it that. And being in the Phi Phi Islands, you are very close. Right when you're almost to the Phi Phi Islands and the ferry I mentioned, you go by Maya Bay. And yeah, you can take a trip over to Maya Bay. I think you could take a long tail, but there's gonna be little boats, ferries and different ways to get there. And yeah, you're gonna have an epic day here at an incredible beach, and that's where you're gonna maybe get your best rock formation. And just to be there is something that is pretty cool. And I think you should do Maya Bay once. And make sure you have your phone, because you're gonna get some killer shots. Okay, Krabi, 5 days, I'm gonna say, in Krabi. It's again, it's okay. So Krabi it's about a 2-hour ferry from Phi Phi Islands. So you can just go to the ferry dock gate ticket office at Phi Phi Islands, and just make sure you know where your hotel is going to be in Krabi. There's 2 different parts of the island you can get off. I think one is Krabi Town, the other is Onang Beach. So just know that, and then yeah, you're going to be a couple hours, and then yeah, you're going to be in Krabi. And Krabi is a great place to go because there's also some amazing islands very close by. Some, Hong Island's very famous. Raleigh Beach is one of the top beaches in the world from my perspective. And yeah, so Krabi's going to be a great place to go. And this may be a place that you end up going back to, because it is a hub of all those beautiful, luxurious Thai islands. Yeah, when I make a journey like this into one of these tropical islands in Thailand, I always like to, I stayed in Onang. So I suggest that's a great place to stay, and just hang out on Onang Beach. It's a nice beach. It's where, you know, you're going to see all the longtails there. God, this is Krabi, actually. That might be Onang Beach. So all the longtails are there. The rock formations and everything's, yeah, it's just a great way to chill. And then you can kind of take, 'cause when you're on Onang Beach, you can also go right up the main strip in Krabi. So you can actually go up and just check it out, get comfortable, grab some lunch, have some pad thai, and just, yeah, take it in. Get to know your surroundings. Yeah, Krabi's pretty chill. So this is great. For me, I actually, last time I was there, I bought a couple of suits, custom fitted suits, a couple of shirts, a couple of watches. And yeah, it's a great, it really is a good place to shop. I mean, it's not Bangkok, but it's like there's lots of great shopping and lots of tailored suit places, custom fitted, tailored suit shops. So yeah, go in and there's many of them. Go in, and where did I buy mine? I bought mine at Gary's Custom Tailors. Actually, you'll see it right on the corner, right across from like the tourist office and across from Onang Beach. And yeah, you'll buy a couple of suits for like maybe $150 a piece, and they'll be like $1,000 suits, like incredible suits. They have your name on them, the inside. You get some great custom fitted dress shirts. Just do some shopping. It's a great way to spend a day in Krabi because it is going to be a little slower pace, and it's just, you're going to have some time. So, and basically you go in, get your suit, and then basically 24 hours, maybe 48 hours tops, everything's going to be ready, tailored, ready to go. Yeah, do not go to Krabi and not go to Railay Beach. I've been all over the world, beaches everywhere. And there will be a podcast on this, but it's, Railay Beach is a top 10 beach in the world, bar none. I mean, I've been to a lot of them. They're top beaches everywhere. Sandblast Islands. I've been all through Brazil, Thailand, Vietnam, and Railay Beach is pretty epic. So to get there, you just take, you go into the tourist office. It's right, you go down the main strip, Onang Beach. You're going to see the tourist office. You just want to go to Railay Beach. You get a longtail. They're going to give you a ticket. You go in, you jump in the longtail. You take about 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the longtail, and then you're at Railay Beach. And it is epic. You feel like you are, and it's not overly crowded. I didn't find anyways, that it's not too crazy busy. And you get in there and you're in this little valley, and there's maybe one resort there. There's a restaurant, but the beach is completely epic. Each side has 2 unbelievable rock formations, and you're going to be just mesmerized by this beach, and you need to spend at least a half a day there. You might want to go back 2 times. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty. That's an incredible afternoon. Yeah, do some island hopping. I would say Hong Island, that's a big one. It's a great thing to do, especially if you're into snorkeling. It's like, these epic islands are just incredible. And they've got like, you can take a ferry from that tourist office I was talking about, or there's different ways you can do it. They've got like night cruises and dinner cruises, and there's all sorts of different ways to do it. But yeah, go see some islands in the area, and yeah, you'll thank me later. Yeah, and Krabi's a great night out. There's some cool on the main strip. So you're down by the water, and if you go like, I guess it'd be north of there, like up the street. Yeah, they've got some great reggae bars and just cool spots. If you're into smoking, they've got cannabis. It's legal there. They've got that. You see that everywhere, by the way, all over Thailand. You're going to see cannabis everywhere, and it's very accessible, easy to get. And yeah, just go and have some drinks, relax. There really are some fun bars on that main street, as well as along the beach side too. And yeah, they've got, and the food's great. Lots of Indian food, actually. I noticed lots of Indian and Egyptian food as well, if you want to kind of go beyond the Thai stuff in Krabi, as well as some amazing Thai. It was a great pad Thai place, actually, on the main strip from by the water, probably about a 7-minute walk. So you're gonna see this stuff, and you're gonna find your own places. But it's it's definitely take some time and just have some fun and relax and have 3 too many drinks. Chiang Mai, and yeah, if you're gonna go all the way to Chiang Mai, I would go 5 days. And because this is a 3-week itinerary, you could fly. So you're gonna be in Krabi. You could fly from Krabi to Chiang Mai or wherever you're gonna be. If you have lots of time, like if you've got you're not really on a clock. They have an amazing train that you can take to Chiang Mai, which I've never actually done it, believe it or not, but I've been told it's an incredible journey. So Chiang Mai, yeah, this is the real Thailand. This is the real deal. You're not going to find any exotic. There's no beaches. When you go to Chiang Mai, it's about the jungle. It's about the countryside. The locals are different. The markets are different. You're going to get a much more authentic experience. Although there is tourism, but it's just not as I wouldn't say it's not as built up, and you just feel it's real. Like they've got temples all over the city. There's rice fields. There's amazing waterfalls. It's ethical elephant sanctuary, so it's the best place to do that, and just traditions. So yeah, you're really gonna get a sense of what Thailand's about in Chiang Mai. So on your first day, I would suggest that you just walk the city and visit I think there's over 300 temples in Chiang Mai. They're all built between the 13th and 18th century. They're all iconic. This is the best place in Thailand for my money to visit temples. So when you check into your hotel or your hostel, you're gonna get they're gonna give you a map. They're gonna show you here's some of the key restaurants. Here's all the big temples that you need to see. And what I do is I just punch them into my Google Maps, and just take a look. All right, this looks cool, and just start walking and make your way to that temple. Then you're gonna pass like tons of temples on the way to that one, and you can just check it out. But what's great about Chiang Mai is it's a very walkable city, and you can walk to all these temples. So it's you don't have to get into a tuk-tuk, no taxis, nothing like that. So just walk the city, stop, find a great place to have some lunch and dinner, and just spend the day and check them out, because it really is a really big part of their culture, and it's something that the locals they really cherish, these temples, and it's just a great way to get in there and also learn the city and learn your surroundings. Yeah, spend a morning or afternoon at an elephant sanctuary. So this could be the next day, and they're incredible. So it's much different than seeing them in maybe Phuket or maybe outside of Bangkok, somewhere like that, or Krabi. This is a different experience. They are ethical sanctuaries. You feel different. You go into the jungle. You can do, there's it's a nice little walk. The one I went to also had a cool little quarry place where you could go and swim, a waterfall. But when you go and meet these elephants and see the elephants, they're more in their own surroundings. It's ethical the way they look after them. They seem to have some freedom. It was a farm. And to book just go to if you're staying in a hostel, you're going to get a really cost-effective experience. And that's the best way to do it, through your hotel or hostel. And you can do it, it's pretty budget friendly, and definitely in Chiang Mai has been my best elephant experience that I've ever had. If you're there on a weekend, you definitely want to visit the very famous Sunday night market in Chiang Mai. This market goes on forever. I'm telling you, it's everything from authentic Thai food to just amazing street food generally, to authentic. You're going to see stuff there that local Thais would buy, that's much more authentic and less touristy than the markets in places like Bangkok, Phuket, these types of spots. So yeah, go and check this out. And I'm telling you, just go and walk it, spend hours out there. You're gonna have amazing food. You're gonna have an amazing experience. Pick up some really cool souvenirs, and it really does go on forever. And it's just an authentic market. And for me, it's my top market in Thailand that I've ever been to is the Sunday night market. And if you're not there on a Sunday, they don't worry about it. They have so there's the Saturday night market, which is incredible too. And then they have the weekday night bazaars. So they're impressive as well. So don't worry if it's not there on a Sunday, no problem. They have these every day of the week, but make sure you go and check out these markets because they're definitely amazing and an authentic experience. And you don't go to Chiang Mai without spending a day at the Doi Inthanon National Park. I don't know if I butchered that or not, but it's there. It's the national park in Chiang Mai. And you can, I booked this again through my hostel, through your hotel. You can get these tours. They're inexpensive. And it's just an amazing day. It starts at the famous Wachirathan waterfall. And it's just this amazing waterfall. It's where you first go, and that's your time. And it's a great time to get a picture, get a selfie. It's an Instagram moment for sure. And then you kind of walk around there a little bit, and then they have you kind of go into this where the water sets, and another place where you can just chill and relax, and it's a great way to spend an hour or so. And then from there you're gonna hike into the mountains and through the rice fields. So these rice fields are pretty cool too. And your guide through this, at least ours was, and I think this is the way they do it. It's from one of the local tribes. So you're going into areas with, hyper local people. And one way where they make money is they do these tours. So, and I think part of it too is, and when you're going through, I noticed they're doing this popping thing. So they've got they've got a leaf of some sort. And every, every 30 seconds or so, they're going to pop, pop, pop. And what I was told, the reason why they do that is that's one way of keeping the cobras away. Because when you're around rice fields, you're around cobras. And I actually asked the guide, I'm like, does anybody ever get bit by a cobra? Like, is it common? And she told me that about once a year when they're doing their cultivating during the rice season for cultivating it, that they do have a bite. And we did see some snakes up there. We saw a viper and on that tour, which is pretty cool. And don't worry, don't get scared when you see a snake like a viper. You keep your distance. You can see it and admire it, but they're not after you. They're hunting for something else, and you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it was didn't see a cobra, but did see a viper. But I found that little popping thing they do interesting for sure. And also too, when you get up there to the top of the mountain, above the rice fields, it's beautiful backdrop. It's a great place for a picture and one of those ultimate selfies for your gram. And it's pretty incredible. You also go to you spend time at a coffee plantation when you're on this tour as well, which is pretty cool. They have great coffee. You can there's an opportunity to buy some coffee, buy some souvenirs there from these locals up in the mountains, and have some amazing, unique, different coffee than you would have. And it's something that, Thai coffee is actually very, very good. And I'm a coffee guy for sure. And then the twin pagodas. So these pagodas in Thailand are it's a big deal for Thais and for locals. And you do see the importance of these pagodas when you're visiting them with some of the locals. It's a really big deal for them. So it's a pretty cool experience. And then you also go right to the top of the mountain. And when you're at the top of that mountain, you are in the highest peak in Thailand. And yeah, and it's just a day that you'll never forget. And when you're at that highest peak, you realize, so Thailand's a really hot place, and you're high enough that it's like cool up there. Like it's like +5, +6, something like that it was. And that's pretty cool for Thailand. No, it may not be exact on the temperature, but I remember it was cool. So it's yeah, so definitely a great day, and yeah, you'll love it. One more thing, and there's lots more to do in Chiang Mai, but one last thing. If you like to get out, enjoy the party, I would recommend that you take a night out and just have some drinks, go to some of the bars, and it's just an incredible night out. They have some incredible cover bands, like off the charts, like where you're watching this, and it never looks as good when I'm actually taking a video for like my Instagram stories or something like that. But when you're actually watching it live, whatever they do, like you'll see them doing all these different, like Ozzy Osbourne and Billy Idol and Journey, you name it, and it's just bang on. And they're such performers, and you'll be in this little bar, and the stage presence is like, there's no opportunity for a stage presence, but they're acting like they've got some stage like 100 meters long, and they're doing this whole thing, and you'd think there's like 50,000 people watching them, and it's just they're very, very good at doing covers, and they really put on a good show. So yeah, so take a night, bar hop a little bit, walk around, you see some people in a bar having a good time, stop in and watch, and they're really good at entertainment. So I really, really suggest you do that. So yeah, so that's Chiang Mai, and there's more to it. I'm kind of knocking off the things that you have to do. You'll figure out your own itinerary and do what you have to do. These are just some of the top things that I recommend. This is my 3-week itinerary for a first timer, but remember, Thailand's one of those countries, it changes people. If you've been staying in resorts, you've been going to Vegas for weekends like I used to do, all inclusives, all of this kind of stuff. Thailand is that great place to try something new and travel differently. And you're going to get off the beaten path a little bit, but it's a great place to start that transition where you get a taste of what it's like to blend with locals, get off the beaten path, as well as still be in a safe kind of tourist environment. So it's you go there once, you're gonna get the bug. You're gonna start to wanna go back. Like in 4 years, I went back like 4 times, and I've been to many other spots now in Southeast Asia and all over the world. But I go back, and so there's places that are incredible that aren't on this itinerary, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, like Koh Chang, Koh Phangan. This is where they do the famous full moon parties. I celebrated my 50th birthday at one of these full moon parties, and it was awesome. It's not like a total rave or anything like that. It's just that you're on this incredible beach. You've got the moon there. It's shining down on you, and it's pure bliss. And it's an amazing island. Koh Samui. Maybe you want to go to Pattaya and check that out. Like that's a whole different game. But it's something. There's just so much. There's so many islands, so this just gets you started. And basically at the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna have the time of your life, but it will not be your last trip to Thailand. Peace out, happy travels, enjoy Thailand, enjoy the world, and yeah, just keep doing it, and hopefully I've inspired somebody to go to Thailand and just travel a little bit differently.